Elon Musk today asked his 211 million online followers whether the United States should overthrow the government of one of his country's oldest, closest allies. Here's the proposition he posted on his social network. Yes or no, it reads, America should liberate the people of Britain from their tyrannical government. For days now, he's been dredging up a decade-old scandal over years of child sex abuse by gangs of men in a town in the north of England. In a 2014 report, it was found that about 1,400 kids had been abused by gangs of men in the northern English town of Rotherham, beginning in 1997, lasting more than a decade. Today, Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, responded by suggesting that Musk was, quote, spreading lies and misinformation. Britain's leader of the Liberal Democratic Party said that the American ambassador should be summoned to explain, in his words, why an incoming U.S. official is suggesting the UK government should be overthrown. Joining me now is CNN contributor Kara Swisher, who's covered and interviewed Musk for years, also hosts the podcast On and Pivot, and author, most recently, of the great book, Burn Book, A Tech Love Story. What is Elon Musk doing here?
I guess he's being Patrick Henry of Britain. I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening. I mean, he's making trouble anywhere, and I think he's emboldened by his success here in the United States. And his fortune has doubled, which is an incredible situation.
The investment he made, which a lot of people are like, oh my God,
million.
$250 million is a lot of money. Obviously,
it's not.
That's
doubled.
The greatest investment he's made.
That's a 10x. It's a 10x or a 10-bagger, they call it. He made $250 billion from that. His wealth has doubled, and he's
and
now...
that's from his stocks going at like the...
Tesla and some others, even though the results at Tesla weren't so good recently.
But people, I guess, investors believe he's so now linked to the Trump...
That's correct.
He's going to be getting government contracts,
Presumably.
especially for the space.
Yeah, I think the idea is this is not a stock. This isn't a reflection of Tesla's business. It's a reflection of Elon Musk's business. And so he's taking his show on the road. That's really what he's doing. And so he's meddling and putting out misinformation and doing all kinds of things that he's done here and seeing if the same tricks work elsewhere. And they often do, actually.
There were certainly some Democrats who were hoping that, you know, the president-elect will tire of him.
Yes.
And that relationship will sour. What do you...
There's some Republicans hoping that, too, by the way. I interviewed Maggie Haberman today, who's covered him. And, you know, he's living in a cottage there at Mar-a-Lago. I think it's the Banyan Cottage or something like that. And I think a lot of people feel it might change once Trump gets to the White House. When it's harder to get in. It'll question whether he has an office in the West Wing, whether he has it in the executive office building, whether he gets these famous passes, I think they're the green or the blue pass that you get on the campus pretty easily, the White House campus. And so the question of how does he thrive within a White House Trump administration? And I do know I've been called by a lot of Trump officials who they essentially say, well, you were right about Musk. And I'm like, uh-huh. And they're like, what do we do? And I'm say, good luck. Good luck controlling him.
There's got to be a lot of, I don't know what the emotions of the other tech billionaires must be. I mean,
yeah.
Jeff Bezos, you know.
Well, you've seen what they're doing.
They've all obviously gone down to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, I call it feats of servitude. Like they've got not just going to Mar-a-Lago, but, you know, Amazon just decided to do a very positive Melania Trump documentary. Today,
Brett Ratner is involved.
Yeah, which is an interesting choice. And then today, Mark Zuckerberg put Dana White on the board of Meta. Now, he's an MMA fan, so that may be that, but he's a very close Trump supporter. You know, I think they're all doing various and sundry things they can do to kiss up to Trump.
I mean, Jeff Bezos, you know, space, Blue Origin, his space company, is something he cares a lot about.
Very much
That was his post-Amazon plan to really, I know he's doing a lot at Amazon now on AI.
Yeah.
But obviously with Elon Musk, I mean, they are competitors in this.
Absolutely.
And
no
so
question.
that's got to be a big blow to that business.
Well, he wants to be part of that. You know, people don't realize this. When Jeff, I think he was a valedictorian of his high school, his speech was on space. He loves space. Yeah. And so he wants to be doing this, and Elon is directly in his way and will advantage. Anything Elon wants to do, he will probably be first in line. And so a lot of these other moguls are like, how do I get a piece? You know, how do I get a piece of this? How do I get that? And TikTok, what's going to happen to TikTok and things like that. And so Trump will have a lot of sway over that. And therefore, they all want to get in there. And in order to do that, you have to pay essentially a vig.
You said something worse to the effect like Musk's toxic noise is the point. With Musk,
yes.
Toxic noise is the point.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's his brand now?
No, it's just he creates all kinds of, you know, it's sort of the flood the zone thing that Steve Bannon kind of perfected. You flood the zone with misinformation, and there's a little bit of real information in there, or discontent. People in Britain are worried about this topic. And then you make it a mess. And then you say something so outrageous that people then respond. And then they're on your agenda and not vice versa. So today, all the European leaders obviously coordinating. It felt like a coordinated effort. We're trying to push back on him, but now he's the story. which is how Elon Musk likes it. He's an attention
I-
sponge.
Is there a business reason to get involved in British politics or politics in Europe?
It's about control. Yeah, if he can have control, get rid of regulation. I think that's part of the thing. And I think he just likes it now. This is what amuses him. He's obviously not paying attention to Tesla.
that's the
They
other
have
thing.
better models.
Is he
right
running?
now.
I mean, how can he be running all these companies?
He's not.
He's not.
He's not. No, there's a very good executive at SpaceX. There's executives at Tesla. And by the way, Tesla's falling behind BYD and other things in terms of innovation and new products. And that's why its sales are off for the first time. Its global sales are down. So he's not paying attention to the other companies. AI is a big interest of his, obviously, and he's doing that by suing OpenAI. And
Right. I mean, is he trying to destroy OpenAI?
Yes, because he created it, and they moved on without him, and he will not. That will not. Elon Musk will not put up with that.
Yeah. You've done fascinating interviews with Sam Altman.
Yeah, he's a fascinating
Yeah, he
person.
is.
I think OpenAI is way ahead, and that's the problem. Anything to slow competitors down. I mean, everyone thinks of Elon as an entrepreneur, and he is in a way, but he's a better business person than anything else. He didn't create Tesla, for example, or some of the other things. He just is a good business person, sort of like a Henry Ford character. And I think what's interesting about it is he uses lawsuits, he uses noise, he uses attacks, personal attacks. He uses his now Twitter, he uses that, or X, whatever you want to call it. He uses all his tools to do these things. And they're often the same. They're all to create noise and attention on him because really the stock reflects Elon Musk all the time.
He's got a lot of levers to pull now more than
He does
ever.
now,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kara Swisher, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Always great to talk to you. Up next, Justin Trudeau's departure as